Good evening, everybody. And as the market is crashing, there does remain a beacon of light, I believe. And, there's always opportunity in the market, guys. And I think they say during market crashes that more millionaires are made. And that's just something that has been thrown around there. And I think it's true. I mean, there's always going to be different parabolic moves that happen even as the market crashes. Now, as you're seeing, down to 6%, 4%. But with those opportunities in mind, I do want to discuss something. Now, if we come over here, this is the first thing I want to point out. So American Industries, first of all, understand, and I should have made this distinction in other videos, but this is a correction to these companies. So we've discussed AZRH and ZHUD on the channel before. Now, with these right here, these two stocks, GPLS we have not really discussed, but American Industries basically is an investor in these companies. So what we're looking at here, if you think about what these companies are doing, and if you think about the merger transactions that have already happened, because thinking, ZHUD, for example, completed the merger with AWS. Okay, so that's the stock that I've talked a lot about on the channel. I've also talked about AZRH. I don't have a position in AZRH currently, but I have traded that one. And as you can see, AZRH was actually on the breakout boards here. Now, it's not really that important. It's just Investors Hub. It's a website for, a lot of small cap traders. But what we have here is, it was showing up here. There it is, Azure Holdings. And ZHUD was on here too. So it's consistently been ranked as one of the more, discussed ones, because I think people are trying to look for clean shells and clean mergers and trying to look for things that have the potential to go up. Now, the thing we're looking for right now is financials for ZHUD and also AZRH as well. I think we need, I think they may have already got their 10K. I don't know. I have not even checked on AZRH, but ZHUD, I know they're concerned about the financials. They want to get that 10K in because otherwise OTC markets might put a stop sign or basically shut down trading if they don't have financials of ZHUD. It goes to the expert market and you have to upload financials and get all that registered to get back online basically. So that's one of the concerns right now. Basically, the merging company, once again, AWS, that merged with ZHUD is looking to file the 10K pretty soon. I'm assuming they will. But right now, we don't know which company it was, right, or it is. It could be any three of these. We have AZRH, GPLS, ZHUD. But if you look at this, they are going to be doing a $20 million merger. This was about a $20 million merger. In fact, I typed it in. If you look at here, it is. Did a $20 million merger. This was on, it actually was on April 5th or April 4th when this came out. The tweet, $20 million merger, 4 tickers in our portfolio. And so they are not going to be discussing what's happening. I know it's old on, that's the date of the board was created, but this is actually posted on April 4th, right? So, with that being said, guys, if we look at the merger that they did complete in November, right? So this could kind of be more of a holding company and more of a multi-step process to where ZHUD gets multiple companies. I'm just saying, and we don't know which one it is, like I said, but there is a $20 million deal closing across one of these 3 tickers very soon. We do know that much. So with that being said, we can look at the markets. We can look at how everything's crashing right now. Gold's down a little bit. S&P 500 is down 5%. Tech is getting hit hard. But let's just be honest. If we're thinking about tariffs and U.S. oil and stuff like that, which is what AWS is all about, that might actually become a booming industry here soon. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong on my forecast. But think about exports versus imports and certain things that may benefit U.S. oil production. Okay, so that's another thing to consider here. But as we're looking at this, I encourage you to check out the company, do your own research. These are very risky stocks, very highly illiquid a lot of times, so you might have trouble buying or selling large positions. You might also have trouble with the price action, the volatility. If you can't handle the volatility, these stocks might not be for you. Right? So just keep that in mind. But you can actually contact the company. I contacted them, asking them about their financials. I believe it was 2 days ago. I'm waiting for a response here to see if they can get back to me. I need to look over my email to see if they actually have responded. But basically, we're just looking at this 10K right now for ZHUD. That's the main thing. We want to make sure AWS is going to get this done because this company right here, American Industries, they are just an investor into all three of these tickers. Okay, so that's the important thing to understand here. Now, if we continue on and we go to just some of the comments on good old Investor Sub. Great website for small cap and micro cap traders, by the way, guys. It actually is. I enjoy reading some of this stuff on here. So what are we thinking about the MFA coming, right? This is on April 5th. My best guess is that it's coming for this one, which is ZHUD. He made sure it's not necessarily AZRH, or said it wasn't necessarily AZRH, Cohen of American Industries, but one of the four tickers. So AZRH and GPLS. So it could be the other one, but three mentioned. ZHUD is the only one that's had a sustained volume from even before the mention. I'm really hoping it's at least part of the reason we haven't filed yet, the 10K. Maybe there's something brewing in terms of the end of radio silence. Because really with the communication from AWS, one of the concerns has been that they have not really communicated. I mean, they have a great website. I think they have a great pitch here. I think they have a good, clean website. It says, they even have an About Us page. So they know, it even has the people on here, professional photos. I mean, this looks like a real legitimate enterprise, but they need to start getting the 10K in and everything else, and just getting this done. So if this $20 million deal closed on ZHUD, that would be pretty big for the stock, but we don't know exactly if that's going to happen, right? So we're just kind of looking over some of the comments and reading this, and just, you can go back and forth. So it looks like on April 4th also, Nevada SOS indicated ZHUD reverse merger with AWS. It listed Josh Cohen as part of the BOD/insider, but with no decision-making abilities. It's up to Kyle Lewis, the CEO of ZHUD, to file ASAP. Hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll find out what the 10K entails in the filing. Now, if we look at, once again, their website, I just had it pulled up there with Kyle Lewis. If you look at, let's go back here and find Kyle Lewis. There he is. So the president and CEO. Come on, Kyle. So this is after the merger has been completed. So if we can complete an additional $20 million deal on top of this, and it kind of goes hand in hand with AWS, that would be fantastic. But you can read more about the CEO, and you can also read more about the other. I like how they have bios. I like how they have legitimate bios that these executives are a part of. These guys are professional. It looks clean. They have the product pitch. Everything looks good on the website. And I have to say, I mean, if I came across this and I was a new investor, you can watch even a video on this. They have, I mean, this is pretty good stuff. It even goes over the product details and all that. So it shows you exactly how this works, and it shows you exactly how this is going to be put into effect. So we'll kind of skip around here. But apparently it's 80,000 gallons of throughput per hour, I think, is what they said. So this product will filter up to that, I think 80,000 per hour. So, I encourage you to learn more about it once again. But I think this technology is interesting. I do. And I think it's out of the Permian Basin. Remember, this is out in big oil country. So there's a lot of money out there. And I'll leave it at that. Hope you guys have a good one out there. Stay safe. I know the market's been crashing. It's going to be a crazy week, but we'll see what happens. Take care and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.